Welcome once again to M5's English language learning programme, Let's Speak English. I'm Gav Duncan and I'm here on your TV to help you learn English. Now, are you sitting comfortably? Yes? Good. And are you ready for today's lesson? Yes? Good. Okay, well let's learn English together. And here we all are once again, people. Yes, it's here. It's now. It's not there and it's definitely not then. Yes, welcome back to the studio. Welcome to the place where we put together your daily dose of English fun. And how do you all feel today? Is everything going well? Are you all enjoying yourselves? Yes? Good. That's what we like to hear. Okay. Well, as I'm sure you're all aware, this is Tuesday. Yes, tremendous Tuesday. Well, it's pretty tremendous, even if it's not in the same category as Friday. Friday is a category of its own. Friday is in a group of one. Friday is special. We know that. But Tuesday and the rest of the bunch, marvellous Monday, wonderful Wednesday, terrific Thursday, super Saturday and splendid Sunday. They're all pretty good too, aren't they? It's like our old friend George Orwell said.
Hello, I'm George Orwell. I'd just like to remind you that pigs may be smaller than horses, but geese are smaller than pigs. And although all days are equal, Friday is the best. But the days of the week are all equal. But Friday is still the best. And giraffes are taller than anteaters. That's all from me for now. Speak to you later. Bye.
Yes, that's just what we needed to hear. Thanks, George. All right, moving on. What have we got in store for you today? What have we got up our sleeves? Well, it's the last day of the month, but that's not gonna slow us down at all. So, yesterday we learnt about the nickname of the singer of U2, the original nickname, Bonio. And then we learnt about how the original nickname became distorted, twisted into something else when the record company refused to sign the band until Bonio changed his name to something more normal. So he did. It was either that or no big money record contract. So Bonio became Bono and the rest, as they say, is history. Okay, and why were we thinking about Bono and his band? Well, we were talking about Bono, the guitarist, the side, Dave, the bass player, and of course the drummer, Larry the Lamb, because we're going to have a look at one of their songs which uses the present perfect. Yes! Last week we listened to and tried to make sense of, tried to understand, tried to comprehend, tried to figure out what Charlene was banging on about in her song which featured the present perfect for life experience. And now it's time for us to have a look at another song. One which also features the present perfect, but one which isn't so cheesy. I mean, this one is more pretentious, less cheesy. So, are you all ready? Yes? Well then, let's have a gander at the song. Okay, so that's the first bit of the song, and straight away we can hear that Bonio's using the present perfect, can't we? Yes. He's talking in the first person singular. He's talking about things that he has done. He's using the present perfect to talk about things he's done in the past which are connected to now, or things he's done in his life. Again, the two categories are blurred. The distinction is blurred. So how does he start and what is he singing about? Well, let's have a look at the lyrics. I have climbed highest mountains, I have run through the fields. Now, there's a mistake in the first line, isn't there? Yes, but once again, this is a case of poetic license. I don't think we've talked about this. Well, we have talked about this, but we didn't discuss the name of this phenomenon. Poetic license. What poetic license refers to is the freedom of someone, perhaps an artist, perhaps a poet or a writer, to forget the normal rules of language if they want to create some sort of effect. So, poets play with language. They don't necessarily write poems which are correct from the viewpoint of language. They change things, they change spelling, they change word order, they mix things up to make what they think is a better poem. Think about music. In music, a lot of the time, language gets twisted and bent out of shape so that the musician can make the lyrics, the words fit the song better. Lenny Kravitz turned an irregular verb into a regular verb, for example, and it's horrible. I mean, okay, fine, he's an artist, it's his song, and he's decided to use poetic license to change taught to teached, just to make his lyrics rhyme. But honestly, that's like barbed wire in my ears. Teached! Teached! Jesus, Michael G. Fox teached the head of GVC about international affairs. It's horrible. Okay, now the mistake in this song, the mistake in the very first line, what is it? Can you see it? Yes, it's not a big mistake and it doesn't change the meaning of anything. It's the sort of mistake people make when they're being lazy with the English language. Bonio is using a superlative adjective, isn't he? Yes, and we all remember what happens with comparative and superlative adjectives, don't we? Okay, now what about the superlative form? Who remembers what we have to do to single-syllable adjectives to make the superlative form? Yes, with single-syllable adjectives, we add est to the base adjective. But what else do we have to do? Yes, that's right. The superlative needs the definite article in front of it, doesn't it? Yes, this is one of a kind. This is the superlative whatever, so we need the definite article. It's the biggest, the smallest, the loudest, the quietest, the longest, the shortest, etc., etc. And that's what Bonio's forgotten. Okay, we still understand what he means, what he's singing about, but he's forgotten to use the definite article. Okay, maybe this is him using poetic license. Maybe he just forgot. Maybe it's a schoolboy error. We don't know. But it's not particularly important, is it? No. So, let's move on. All right, so we know that Bonio has climbed the highest mountains. We don't know which mountains these are. Are they the highest mountains in Canada or France or Algeria? Maybe they're the highest mountains in the world. We don't know. But what do we know? Well, we know in addition to climbing the highest mountains, Bonio has also run through the fields. Again, he's using the definite article. He's talking about some specific fields, but I don't know which ones he's banging on about. Never mind. It does seem a bit odd though, doesn't it? I mean, it's a slightly peculiar combination, isn't it? I have climbed the highest mountains. Blimey! You've climbed Mount Everest? And K2? Oh, crikey! And what else have you done? You've what? You've run through the fields. Well, was there something special about these fields? Were they full of lava? No? Oh. Well, were you being chased by wild animals? No? Oh. Well, that's not exactly in the same category, is it? I mean, yes, we all salute you. We raise our hats to you. We doff our caps to you. You have climbed the highest mountains. Well done. Congratulations. But running through fields is something that anyone could do, isn't it? I mean, I could run through a field. What's the big deal? Maybe this is just another example of people writing lyrics to fit the rhythm of the song. I can think of another classic, and it's from our old friend Lenny. Just listen to this.
A wall of fire, stand in the rain. I go to hell and back.
Honestly, you'd walk through fire? Blimey, that's hardcore, right on! And then, after that, what would you do, Lenny? Tell me, what other amazing feat would you perform? You'd what? You'd what? You'd stand in the rain. What? Is that it? Well, that's not very hardcore, is it? I mean, that hardly compares with walking through fire. Peculiar combination. Okay, but moving on. What else would you do? You'd go to hell and back? Crikey, you're bad, Lenny. You're well hard. You're like a diamond, but harder. How would you travel to hell and back? On a plane? On a plane? Well, what? First class? Oh, well, in that case, it's not very hardcore, is it? I mean, what you're telling me is that you'd sit on a comfortable plane, drinking champagne, lying down, watching a film, and you'd let someone fly you to hell and then back again. Well, again, it doesn't really compare to where you started, does it? Honestly, oh, forget it. So, as you can see, these songwriters sometimes go over the top with their poetic license. They write any old rubbish as long as they can crowbar it into the rhythm and rhyme of the song. Sometimes the lyrics don't repay close inspection. Oh well, back to Bonio, the side, Dave the bass player and Larry the lamb. Tell us, boys, what made you do these wild and crazy things? Climbing the highest mountains around, running through fields. Why did you do these things?
Only to be with you. Only to be with you.
Oh, okay. You did all of these things in order to be with me. Wow, that's nice. But hang on. When you say you, do you mean the second person singular or do you mean the plural? Is it one person you're singing to or is it all of us? Oh, never mind. So the reason you did these crazy, wild, mad things was that so you could be with me or us. Well, that's nice. So what you're saying is that you were trying to impress us. Is that it? You were trying to catch our attention so that we'd pay attention to you? Is that it? You want us to notice you? Is that it? Well, that's very flattering. You've done all of this just to impress us, just so that we agree to let you stay with us. Well, at least you recognize that we're in charge. That's a good start. Remember who's the boss. Remember who's the governor in this relationship. All right, well, you can carry on with your song. Come on, come on. Get with the program, Bonio. Tell the side to start playing his guitar. Yes, I have run. Subject, have as auxiliary verb and the past participle of the main verb. Run, ran, run. And what about the next bit? I have crawled. Well, what's that all about? To crawl is to move either on your hands and knees like a baby or flat on your stomach. Again, like a baby. It's the sort of thing that soldiers do when they don't want people to see them. Like this.
Coffers, get that radio up.
I need 10 minutes.
You got 5.
Like I said, 5 minutes.
So, you've run and you've crawled, okay? Anything else?
I have scaled these city walls, these city walls.
Ooh, so you're using a synonym for climb now. Oh, okay. So you've run and you've crawled and then you've scaled. You've climbed these city walls. And why did you do all of that?
Only to be with you.
Ah, so it's the same thing. You're looking for our approval. You want to be able to stay with us. Well, that's nice, isn't it? Yes, it is nice, but unfortunately, that's all the time that we've got for you all today. Yes, our 15 minutes is almost done, and that means that it's time for us to part. You go one way, I'll go another. I'm off home to drink some coffee, and as for you lot, well, what about the dog? What about the cat? What about the parrot? What about the dishwasher? What about the dirty dishes in the sink? What about the hoovering? Exactly. Make sure that you've done the things which you have to, and If you do have to do some chores, remember to put some music on. It'll make it much more enjoyable. And if the other people in the house can't concentrate on what they're trying to do because of your music, then plug your headphones in. Problems are there to be solved, people. They're there to make us think of ways around them. Anyway, I'm off, but I'll see you all tomorrow. See you later. www.mediaclip.hu. Bye.